Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at perimeter and area. So first of all, looking at the definition. So the perimeter of a plane figure is the length of its boundary. So we'll look at a couple of formulas now. So first of all, we've got C equals 2 pi r. So that is the circumference. So if we have a circle, the circumference is the distance around the outside of the circle. The r stands for the radius. So remember, the radius is a point from the center to anywhere on the outside of the circle. And then we have the formula over here, L equals theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. So let's say we had a sector. So think of that as part of a circle. Theta is the angle in the middle, and this distance here is going to be L, the arc length. We're going to have a look now at calculating the perimeter of this composite shape. So first of all, we have a rectangle, and then we've got a semicircle here and a semicircle here, both with the diameter of 3 meters. So essentially, we've got a full circle and then our rectangle. And you can see the length here is 5, the distance from here to here is 10, same down the bottom, and 5 over here. So to calculate the perimeter, I'm going to work out the circle to begin with. So the circle, now because we've got a full circle, I'm going to use the formula 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by the radius. Now remember, the radius is a half of the diameter, and that's 1.5. And that's going to equal 9.4 meters, and that's correct in 1 decimal place. So then I'm going to now calculate the perimeter. So first of all, we've got our circle, and then moving around from the top, we've got 10 plus 5 plus 10 down the bottom plus 5. So therefore, our perimeter is going to work out to be 39.4 meters. Now we're going to look at some area formulas or surface area formulas. So the first one we're going to look at here, the area equals theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. And that's going to be the area of a sector. So we've looked at the sector before. Think of it as part of a circle. There's theta, and that's going to be your radius, which will be the same either side. Up the top here, A equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. That's the surface area of a cylinder. So the 2 pi r squared are the two circles. So if I draw that, here's my cylinder. There's my two circles, the top and the bottom. And this part is the curved surface that wraps around the cylinder. Then over here we have A equals 4 pi r squared. That's the surface area of a sphere, okay? Surface area of a sphere. And then finally down the bottom, A equals h over 2, A plus B. That's the area of a trapezium. So where h is the height and A and B are the parallel sides. Now we're going to look at calculating the area of this shaded region. So essentially we've got a rectangle. Inside here, the shaded part is a triangle. We can see that the perpendicular height of the rectangle is 8 centimeters. Now we're after this base length here. We know the whole distance here is 12. This little extra bit here is 3. So therefore that part there is going to be 9 centimeters. So working out the area of a rectangle, it's a half multiplied by the base, which is 9, multiplied by the perpendicular height, which is 8, and that will work out to be 36 centimeters squared. Now remember, when we're talking about area, we need to use the correct units, which is squaring, so it might be millimeters squared, centimeters squared, meters squared, and so on. Let's move on now and have a look at a composite shape. So with this one, we're trying to calculate the area. We've got a square and we've got a semicircle. The diameter of the semicircle is 5 meters. So let's first of all work out the area of the square. So that's going to be 5 squared. So that's 25 meters squared. The area of the semicircle, that's going to be, now we've got a half, so it's going to be a half times pi times the radius squared, which is 2.5 squared. And if I add, I'm going to add the actual 25 to that, so I can do it all in one calculation now. So I'm going to say total area. That's going to work out to be 34.8 meters squared, and that's correct to 1 decimal place. Let's move on and look at our final example now. So this one, it's saying a silo 25 meters in height with a radius, with a 5 meter radius, needs to be painted. Calculate the surface area excluding the base of the cylinder. So I'll highlight some of these. 25 centimeter height, 5 meter radius. We're calculating the surface area and we're excluding the base. Okay, so normally the surface area formula would be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. But this time, we don't have two circles. We've only got the top one, so I'm going to cross that out, that 2 out, to get my surface area. So it's going to be pi multiplied by the radius squared plus 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 5 and then multiplying by the height, which is 25. And that's going to work out to be 863.9 meters squared. Again, correct to 1 decimal place.